Understanding the relationship between emotional trauma and nervous system degeneration is critical to us healing in life's journey. Welcome to another episode of Love, Sex, Lies, and Reality. Today I'm talking about emotional trauma and degenerative nervous system. We go through life, we go through life's issues, but we sometimes don't recognize how those emotional pain that we hold on to and trauma that we hold on to results in a nervous breakdown, and how that also leads to some of the diagnoses that we end up getting on the medical side of life. Without recognizing these things, we may not really understand the importance of healing ourselves, because our body does keep a score and a record of every event that it goes through. Think about your body as a computer, and once you start hitting bugs, your computer ends up kind of breaking down to where something stops working. And that's the way the body is. The nervous system is the first point of being hit when we go through emotional pain, emotional trauma. Our nervous system is the first recipient to start to suffer. And that's how our body begins to keep a score. If you find yourself having a headache, if you find yourself getting jitters, if you find yourself getting anxious, if you find yourself feeling depressed, they're all related to emotional pain and trauma, and those affect our nervous system. And we need to kind of get to a point where we're gaining that awareness and healing in life's journey. So when you think about it, think about how trauma makes you become stuck. It may be from a childhood stage where you ask your parent for something, you're excited, and they say no, or they don't even respond. They're avoidant because they also are experiencing a nervous breakdown. They may not be consciously aware of it. And so you're asking for things and you get shut down all the time. And that begins to put a shock in your own body without you recognizing that you're experiencing the shock. And so one of the things that happens is you experience that shock the first time. You're wondering the next time you experience that shock again. And then your thoughts begin to go in a different tangent, and your body begins to keep a score, and you begin to develop unhealthy coping mechanisms that make you hold on more. It's either you're shutting down your emotions, or you're getting anxious whenever they say something, and you're reacting than responding, than thoroughly thinking through it. And sometimes it's the lack of understanding of our emotions, where you don't even understand that they also have emotions and they're going through life. And that goes on from the young age into teenage years, into adulthood, into when we start getting into romantic relationships, and it keeps going on and on. We become anxious, we become hypervigilant, we find it difficult relaxing, we end up getting into saddening state and resentful state without recognizing that our body is communicating to us on how to learn from those experiences and move forward. And then you also have the part of your body that begins to keep a score in form of headaches, in form of belly aches, in form of chronic pain, in form of joint pain, in form of insomnia, because it's all dysregulating your hormones as well. And then you go on to where it begins to affect your behavior, and your mental state begins to get affected. And if it's recurring, where if you find yourself, especially in abusive situations, you may find yourself now beginning to experience PTSD, and you don't really know what the source of your PTSD is, but it's all emotional pain and trauma, and your body keeping a score to that. So it's vital to understand that you have to sit with your emotions, understand the emotions, find ways to heal, get support to heal, get support to navigate the places where you find yourself getting stuck, because getting stuck is not an option. It's a choice that we make, but it's not an option that we need to hold on to. It's a point where we have to make the decision that works best for us, to find help, to uncover those things. And the medications that you may get from the physical results of emotional pain and trauma and nervous system degeneration may only be pacifiers and may also result in you developing other things in life's journey. So today I want to challenge you, when you're experiencing emotional pain and it makes you become stuck where you are because you can't process your emotions at that point, and you find your body holding on, you find your thoughts holding on, you find your memories just keep reenacting the scenario because you're trying to understand what it is. At that point, get support to get out of your own way. Sometimes we can't do it all by ourselves. I've had to get support when I was going through myself, and that support allowed me to really learn to heal my body. Another recommendation for you is to get the book the body keeps a score. I can't remember the name of the doctor that wrote that book, but that book is one of the best books that I have read for healing my trauma and healing my nervous system. Another thing you can do is breath work. Breath work is great because it allows you to release and not keep things inside. Cold showers also help. Taking a walk in nature also helped. That was one of the greatest things that I did to myself, and that was how I also started birthing my books, bonding with nature, because God gave us nature for a purpose, and that purpose is to help us heal. And so it's standing in the sun in the morning, grounding yourself in nature, in soil, meditating and sitting in the grass, just releasing toxins. Another great is going to saunas, having saunas, hot saunas, cold showers. They all help. Cold baths also help. And journaling is another great way to really start getting your thoughts out of your head so that your body doesn't continue to keep a score, because everything that you keep in your head affects how you think, and what you think becomes what you birth into existence. What you birth into existence also helps you develop unhealthy coping mechanisms sometimes that your body holds on to, and you're not still able to process your emotions in that instance. So do the work, do the healing work. Without you doing the healing work, nothing will change, and you will find yourself just repeating patterns and cycles and running to people and running away from yourself. The goal is to run back home to yourself, do the work in your own life, commit to yourself, heal yourself. And when you heal yourself, you're able to recognize that you can meet your needs, and then you can become interdependent in a relationship, not codependent. Codependency would also break down your nervous system. Codependency will also result in emotional trauma and pain that you carry, and that lingers on. But you are the CEO of your life, and you have the power to change your story. Remember what I said. What you feed your mind leads your life. If you're feeding your mind with things that are not healthy, if you're feeding your life with things that are not healthy, your body will keep a score of those things and then birth more nervous breakdown and degeneration into place. That affects your emotional, that affects your mental, that affects your physical health, because everything is linked. And remember to never stop loving while living. When you stop loving, you stop living. When you stop living, it means it's time to go back to the maker. But while you're still here, take care of you, because you are the only one who can execute your life and fulfill your life's purpose while you're still breathing and living. Until next time, take good care. God bless. Bye-bye.